Okay, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the oil that I want to have you in your deep fryer. Now, I try to use a canola oil, but a vegetable oil or peanut oil, whatever you want to use for oil in your deep fryer, that's up to you. But I found that a good canola oil will last a lot longer. Now with me, I've got I think it's a 5 quart or 5 liter deep fryer. It's an electric deep fryer, and I fill it with canola oil, and I use it a lot, but it's not necessary to keep changing that oil, after you use it every time. Matter of fact, sometime this last time from the last video, I had that oil that's been in there for nearly a month. Because it doesn't go bad on you. Okay. Now, as you can see here, this is the oil I just took out of it. It's kind of dark, and this is why I changed it, is because it was getting a little dark. It's still good oil. It'll still work, but it doesn't. Your food doesn't have that nice golden color like fried fish. So what you have to do is you just change the oil. And in changing the oil, it's not that difficult. And you can strain it out, put it back in the bottle that it came in, use it for something, or else you throw it away. It's up to you. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you the difference between the oil that was in there and the oil that's in there now, and the equipment that I use to change that oil, because I filtered it. Okay, basically here's everything you need to clean your oil, clean your deep fryer. I drained mine into a stainless steel stock pot. This is a 6 quart. I use 5 quarts or 5 liters of oil in my fryer, so a 6 quart stock pot works out just right. Now, the other thing I use, and you can buy these on eBay. This is go to eBay and look for a cone filter holder, and probably under paint supplies is where you'll find it best. Now I did look, and these are oil filters, or you can buy the oil filters, but this here really is a paint cone filter. And the reason I bought these, they do the same exact thing as a oil filter or a deep fry, for deep fryers. The difference is these are a whole lot cheaper, and they do the same exact thing. The ones for cooking oil, I don't really see a nickel's worth of difference in them, but there sure is a big difference in the price. Now, after you've poured your oil through here and strained it through, you take this out, you throw the filter away. See, I buy these in a stack. You can buy them like 50 of them real cheap. Then I take one of these, just a plain simple funnel, put it in the top of my jug, and pour it in. Now, a couple of reasons for that is I can save this oil and use it for something else, or I can just throw it away. But remember to do this, when you strain your oil, you want your oil warm, not hot. You'll burn yourself. You want it warm. And if it's not warm, it'll plug your filters up faster. The other reason you want it warm but not hot is when you go to put it back into that plastic bottle. If you got hot oil, but it's going to melt that bottle. So, there you go. Now I'm going to show you the difference between new oil and old oil while it's cooking, and you can see the difference. Now I changed my oil, I just changed it today, and I haven't changed that oil in almost a month. Oil is setting in the fryer. If your fryer is set up like mine and you keep it covered, there really isn't any reason to throw that oil out. It'll last pretty good. So it's just keep that in mind. The reason I change it is because it starts getting dark and it starts making my food dark. So let's go on. Okay, now my deep fryer, uh, like I said, is a 5-quart fryer. But if you notice the difference, see how light that oil is. When you're frying fish or chicken or whatever, as that oil gets darker, so will your finished product. Uh, when you got fresh oil like this, your fish are gonna come out with a real nice golden color. So will your chicken and shrimp and whatever it is you're frying. Now, another thing too to keep in mind, potatoes, if you're doing French fries or potatoes in a deep fryer, a potato will actually work as a filter and it helps keep your oil clean. So, do a lot of potatoes in there. It helps. Okay, this was my first restaurant, so you know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cooking and frying. This was Jolly Roger's Fish and Chips in Aransas Pass, Texas. What it was an old gas station that we converted, and I put a drive-in window on one side, and later on we opened up the bays on the inside and made a dining room. And this here was the front door with the overhead doors that came down in front, and that's my mother. She's no longer with us, but I also want to let you know all the artwork, signs, and everything on this building I did myself. So I'm not just a cook. I'm an artist too. Okay, this is my deep fryer. It's a 5-quart. I've got 5 liters of oil in it. It's an electric deep fryer. I've got it turned on now. And this is what it looks like when you put the fresh oil in it. Now these deep fryers are terrific. You can buy one like this. I see it on eBay now as low as like $35 or $36. I think when I bought this one I paid like $50 for it, but I'll tell you what, a kitchen without one of these is not a kitchen. I use mine all the time. As you can see, this is on eBay. Here's a nice little deep fryer. It's 2,500 watt, 6 liter for $36.75. And here's a nice assortment of different sizes and what have you. These are all good electric deep fryers. And like I said, these start at like $48. These are all on eBay. A kitchen without a deep fryer to me is not even a kitchen. So consider getting yourself a good electric deep. Okay, I'm going to drop in a clip showing my old oil and frying shrimp. And you can see a comparison between frying in the old oil and what it's like to fry in the new oil. Okay, you can see these are about done. It's only been about 2-3 minutes. But here they are. They're coming out nice and golden and just right. Okay, our oil's up to temperature. We're going to toss in some of these homemade French fries. And you can see how those are made. I have a video on making homemade French fries. And I'm going to throw some homemade or some cut chicken tenders, which is nothing more than some sliced cooked chicken breast, and chicken breast fillet, and I coated them with the same stuff I use for my fish and everything else. And we're going to throw those in there too. Now, the potatoes might take just a hair longer than the chicken, but we're looking at maybe 2 minutes of cooking time. Okay, these are almost done. As you can see, as they finish up, the boiling and the sizzling slows down a lot, and everything floats to the top. Now you notice I put the potatoes in first because the potatoes take just a little bit longer, especially if you're cooking shrimp or fish. But these little chicken strips, They all take just about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes is about all it takes at 375 degrees. Let's take them out and see how they taste. Okay, here we have it. Look at how nice and golden brown these chicken strips came out. And they are good too. And my homemade French fries. Remember, you have to pre-cook, boil a potato before you make French fries. You notice these don't bend, but if you push on them, they will break, and they're good. They're golden. They're done well on the inside. And as you can see, I usually put some paper towel in there, but as you can see, I didn't get much grease on my paper, and that is partly because of frying at 375 degrees. I can't impress that enough. You go to restaurants and order French fries, and I'm sure all of you have gotten them, where they're limp and soggy and they're greasy. That's because the restaurant is not using hot enough oil. These are crispy and done well. So there you have it. I know what I'm having for dinner. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. Just be careful, like I said, when you strain that oil, it should be warm, not hot, because you don't want to burn yourself. But keeping your fryer nice, oh man, I tell you, it makes a difference. I hope this video was informative, and I hope it was helpful. And I've done a lot of frying. I've had 4 restaurants, and my first one was called Jolly Roger's Fish and Chips in Aransas Pass, Texas. And we did a lot of frying. I had 3 40-pound fryers side by side, and we did a tremendous amount of frying. I also had the Cajun Bayou up in Baldwin, Michigan, and also a Cajun Bayou in Traverse City, Michigan, which were Cajun and seafood restaurants. And we did a lot of frying there too. And so keeping your oil clean, keeping your fryers clean is very important. I've done so much frying, I wish I had a nickel for everything I've ever fried. I'd be Donald Trump. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful. And from my kitchen to yours, hey, let's have some fun. I'm going to have fun in my kitchen. I hope you do yours too. Have a good one.